This man was diagnosed with a terminal illness, but what worried him most was his dog. With the apocalypse closing in, he hoped his dog would survive, so he built a robot, programmed it with everything about caring for a dog, and gave it one clear command. If I'm gone, your #1 job is to protect the dog. But just as he was uploading the final data to the robot, a storm hit his shelter. He had to cut the transfer short and evacuate quickly. Soon they drove into a small town. The man suited up in protective gear and took the robot to scavenge for supplies. All they found was a bag of expired corn, but the man wasn't disappointed. He handed the robot a metal pan and poured the corn onto it. The corn instantly popped into popcorn. He wanted the robot to understand just how scorching it was outside, but the robot started playing with it like a child. Just then, a tornado came barreling toward them. The man drove stakes into the ground and secured the vehicle with steel cables. When the tornado hit, the car shook violently, but thanks to their preparations, they weren't swept away. The man's condition kept getting worse, so they found a temporary shelter to rest. That's when the robot snuck into the driver's seat and tried to drive like the man did. It immediately crashed into an obstacle. Hearing the commotion, the man rushed out, shouting for the robot to stop, but it crashed into a wall. Realizing what it had done, the robot quickly got out and apologized. The man said nothing. He simply held his hand out in the sunlight. Within moments, his skin was burned by the sun's rays. He did this to make the robot understand how dire things were, that he didn't build it for fun, but because he needed it to protect the dog after he died. His words made the robot think deeply. It looked as hurt as a scolded child. The man realized he'd been too harsh. To cheer the robot up, he offered to teach it how to drive. The robot perked up again. The next day, a butterfly landed on the windshield. The man was stunned. Carefully, he reached his hand outside. This time, the sunlight didn't burn him. He finally felt the sun's gentle warmth. He changed into a clean suit and stepped outside to enjoy a world without disaster. But the peace didn't last long. A sudden coughing fit reminded him his time was running out. The robot tried to help him back to the car. The man pulled the robot into a tight embrace and gave it one final command: "Take care of my dog for me." Soon after, the man passed away. The robot took on the responsibility of caring for the dog, taking the man's place as the dog's companion. Do you love your pet this much too?